All right, so as you can see, I got my new service truck. So let's do a tour here. So August 1st marks 2 years since we've been in Texas, and the reason we moved here to Texas is because I got this job. So let's do an updated tour on the truck. A lot of it's the same, but there's a lot of things that have changed, so I'm gonna show that. We're gonna start here with the truck here, because that has changed. So let me turn the camera around here and we will show you what's new. It's a 2024 F-550, it's an XLT. It is extended cab. Sorry, I'm trying not to show the logo. It is extended cab, which I'm really excited about. It also, XLT has these, it's got the buttons to enter into the cab. It's got the like remote start, all that stuff. So they were kind of joking with me and said the only reason they got these, this on here is because of when I locked my keys in my last truck and I accidentally broke the window. I think that's just a joke. All right, so let's open the cab here and I'll show you. So I don't want to show you the code. And this thing is super handy. I don't know why other manufacturers don't use the codes, man. I use the thing all the time. So it's basically extended cab, you know, standard kind of Ford stuff. Make sure I'm not showing anything here. So it opens up, which is nice. So I keep the iPad here, all the drink mixes here. In here, I keep chapstick, and these are cleaners for cleaning like glasses. And I also keep extra keys in here because a lot of times you have an operator that asks for keys. So I keep deer keys and cat keys and excavator keys, but keep that in here. So the boss got us these really, really nice, they're Carhartt seat covers. I actually think they're really nice. I got to put them on everything. He also got us these really nice floor mats. They're Husky liners. So it goes all the way across the back. There's two, and then there's a center hump here. So I opted to not put the seat cover on the center console because it covered the whole center console. You could only use the cup holders. You couldn't open it. I thought that was kind of weird. So he told me to get something, so I found this, like, it looks like a floor mat. It's basically just a rubber piece that goes over the lid. So I got that. That's still there. I got to make a new one of those, but I haven't actually had a chance yet. I started designing it, but that sits there for now. So it's got Apple CarPlay, you know, Android Auto, all that stuff, touchscreen. It's got all the climate controls, all that basic stuff. They moved the lights for the PTO and the remote down here, which is really nice and handy. And then in the back seat's split, which is nice. So this side I have down usually, but right now I have it up because I usually have parts and stuff here, but there's just a shirt and some towels, my trash can. So then I'm thinking about getting a pack out and putting it right there, but I don't know because every video that I see of people putting pack outs, it's a 4-door cab. It's not an extended cab. So I don't know if it'll fit. I'm going to see. I want to put like a pack out drawers right there. I think that's a good idea. Not sure yet. The laptop thing sits there. Still got the hard hat mount. That thing sits right there, which actually I found that in the garbage, but that's cool. So then I got some parts here. That's a light I got to put on a water truck. Put my first aid kit here in this little door compartment. So that's basically the cab. Super nice and comfortable. Yes, don't make fun of my seat placement. Super comfortable. It's really quiet. I was actually on the phone with my wife the other day with the Android Auto, or excuse me, with the Apple CarPlay. And she's like, "Are you driving?" She couldn't even tell I was driving. It's so quiet. So that's really, really nice and handy. So let's get back to the box here. One more thing too that I wanted to mention is the old def used to sit here, but somebody actually moved it up here, and I didn't like it up there. But on the new Fords, it's got this bracket. So I actually really like that. And then also I don't know if it's just because the way that it fits on this chassis, but it's actually lower. So this here used to be level with the top of the cab on the old service truck. And the way they did it, it sits almost a foot lower. And I actually really like that. Driving it, it feels better. It rides better. So the box is actually a little bit lower, which I don't know if they did that on purpose or that's just the way it sits, but it's cool. I like it. So then in this first compartment here, I moved all the chargers. I actually got rid of all the Makita batteries and the charger. I'm going to get a battery adapter for the Makita coffee maker. I'm keeping that. So these are just books, batteries. These are some screws that I actually don't understand how I ended up with these, but I did, so I kept them there. And then this is it is hot out here. Dial indicator. This is the heavy duty scan tool that I've had. This is my electrical test kit. These are the back, I always forget what those things are called, but they're the terminals, like the test terminals, and then this is just random other electrical test stuff. Back there, you can see the top of it. I still have my Dozer name tag that I got when I worked at in Hawaii. There's a first aid kit back there too. So then, flashlight's still here. I did get new batteries for it. I keep a, this is a yardstick, or is this actually a yardstick or a meter stick? This is a meter stick. So I keep that here for doing tracks. Like a lot of people kind of make fun of me for that, but I think it's easier than a tape measure. So then that is a lockout kit for like a Slim Jim and stuff. My fishing stool's still there. All the funnels, there's miscellaneous like hoses and stuff there. Keep the 30-foot tape measure there. So in here, here's a rag. Label maker. This is pipe taps, lock picks. This is the stuff for the coffee maker, a metric tape measure, measuring tools, 2 different calipers. This is I've done a video on this. This is hydraulic hose fitting identification. Stuff for the label maker. All right, so this drawer we got the Makita. This is just a small bit set. We got the Milwaukee. This is the non-fuel gun. It's just a screw gun, but I figured the non-fuel would be fine for that. The little Blue Point hex drivers, Mac drill bits. This is a drill bit sharpener. Gauges. I did a video showing this little plastic thing that I made. It keeps the gauges from banging around. The AC dye and oil injector. Down one more. The jumbo wrenches. These are standard. This is a Proto 2-bar puller, steering wheel puller, and then a fuel pump puller. Down one more is there's a soldering power probe. It's a soldering kit. There's a pipe soldering torch. There's some electrical stuff here. This is a battery terminal cleaner. These are Steelman. They're strippers. There's some Klein style crimpers down there. These are Doyle from Harbor Freight crimpers, ratcheting crimpers. This is a battery service kit. Little Blue Point scan tool. This is the Proto terminal tool kit. I've shown that in a video before. And then down one more, oil filter wrenches, some big plugs. These are those things you stick in like hoses to keep them from leaking. Those are just Pittsburgh oil filter pliers. This is a sample gun. All right, so then the next compartment. So it's basically the same. I'm just gonna kind of go over the quick stuff. So the tray's still here. Still use this thing basically every day. So the big thing is I've kind of switched Milwaukee. I got rid of all the Snap-on 14.4 stuff. I switched to Milwaukee M12. And then I got the Milwaukee half-inch gun. I've done a video about that. So I'm slowly changing the IR stuff to the Milwaukee. It's expensive, so it takes time. And then I put the chargers up here, which I like that better. So top drawer, basically the same. Junk drawer, pry bars and like magnet tool, long stuff here, screwdrivers, lockouts, just random junk. Next drawer is basically handle tools, pliers, snap ring pliers, you know, all that kind of stuff. Wrenches, so I have it sorted. These are metric wrenches, metric ratchet wrenches, standard ratchet wrenches, regular standard wrenches, and then this is like 4-way wrenches and crescent wrenches and all kinds of standard stuff. Most of the metric wrenches are actually in this tray, so that's why that looks like that. That drawer wasn't closed. So then this is basically 3/8 stuff, so standard 3/8 sockets here. These are metric Icon deeps. These are standard Icon deeps, and then there's some 1/4 inch drive stuff. RBRT. These are star bits or Torx. The Lyle fuel line sockets. The Snap-on. Man, I still wish. Hold on. I wish Snap-on made these still, because I use these things like all the time. Turbo boots, DPF clamps, all kinds of stuff, and it just sucks that they don't make them anymore. And then the Icon, these are the ball Allens. I've actually only broke one, and those are held up pretty well. Ratchets and stuff here. I also use this set quite a bit. This is actually from Home Depot. It's Husky Nano sockets. I think it's a copy of the Astros, but it works. And then there's some specialty tools down here. This is a 9-liter pump tool. This is a John Deere engine turning tool. That's a pin tool, and that's a Cat engine turning tool. That drawer sticks. Large wrenches, so this is large standard wrenches here. It goes from 1.125" all the way to 2" This is it does skip a couple sizes. Large metric wrenches, 27 to 50 millimeter. Again, it skips a few. Torque multipliers back here, just a cheap 1/2" ratchet that I use. My long Matco ratchet. But I was actually on the Mack truck the other day, and their long 1/2" ratchets are pretty beefy, so I might end up trading that one in. 3/4 head, and then the short 3/4 bars back there. The long 3/4 bars right there. And this is the, did I skip a drawer? No, I didn't. So this is basically the 1/2" drawer and then everything else. So 12-point, 1/2". These are Pittsburgh. Most of these are Pittsburgh too. And then, oh, no, those are Pittsburgh. These are Power Torque from O'Reilly's. But then this is the Pittsburgh, the 3/4 set. I've changed some of them. Like this one I broke. I think that one's 1 5/8". I broke that, so I got that one. 1 13/16". I just buy them on eBay, the impact ones, once I break these chrome. Or you don't always break them. A lot of times you just strip them out because they're 12-point. So I just replace them with impact. I got this big set. It's Castleman. It's 2 1/8 all the way to 2 1/2". Those are super good, man. Those are super handy. I use those all the time. I think these are Castleman too. It's they're hex, so they're like, it's like 14, 17, 19. They're like large impact hex, but you use those cylinders, and sometimes you just need big hex like that. This also worked out pretty nice too. This is a Capri. It's a 3/4 swivel, and I thought I'd break that, but actually I haven't broke that at all. Got some long extensions. These are those these are Matco, they're driveline sockets. And then these, I get a ton of use out of these. These are the Icon, the 3/4 drive. These actually, I would always recommend these. These are super cheap. They used to be like $50. Now I think they're like 60. But there's a standard and metric set, so I definitely recommend those. The cheap stuff seems to work pretty good. I mean, I don't have any issues with it. I've had this set over 10 years, and I finally broke the 15/16". I cracked it, so that one's actually going to get warrantied out. It's in the cab. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. One more drawer down. So hammers and you know, sledgehammers, dead blows. There's a brass hammer. I actually found that. It's a Snap-on too. Found it and asked everybody, and nobody claimed it. So Snap-on 3/4 gun, and then kind of basically punches and chisels. There's some brass punches down here. Pipe wrench. I got one of these, which is super handy. The Mueller wrench extender. Use that thing all the time. There's a fire hydrant wrench there, which I don't know why I have that there, but I do. Large crescent wrench. This punch works good for like rebuilding wedge locks, because it's small enough, but it's got a handle on it. This is a tie rod bolt from a rock breaker. I just cut it because they're torque to yield bolts, so they're scrap basically. So I just cut it and use that as a punch. So that's pretty much that. And then down here I keep, that's a 36-inch Pittsburgh pipe wrench. There's I mentioned that before. That's the long handle for the 3/4. That is a 36-inch straight pry bar from Snap-on. There's some stuff here that Channel Lock sent me that we're going to do a video on at some point. Die setters bars right there. This is a battery grabber tool. And then there's that little, I don't know what you call that. It's like a plastic tray, I guess, or rubber. The Icon serpentine belt tool, which this thing is actually pretty handy. And then the impact that burned up and the battery that burned up is under there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, so that's why I stuck it there. So then this is the one right above the wheel well on this side. There's actually been some changes in here. So basically we can start. This is a Power Stroke fuel pressure tester. My boss handed it to me. He found it somewhere and he said, "Here, do you want this?" And I said, "Yeah." So Power Stroke fuel pressure tester. It's a Snap-on case, but this is a I've shown this before. This is it's a snap ring, or not a snap ring, sorry, piston ring compressor tool, but you use it when you rebuild cylinders. And then there's a hose clamp because it doesn't go small enough. So it's an AC refrigerant scale, cap and plug kit from Cat. I actually need to get another one because I'm missing some. Battery tester. This is Cornwell gauges, AC gauges. This is the jumper. Man, I can't think of it here. I've done a video about this. This is the Nico. It's the jump box, basically. It's like the lithium batteries, and you can use it to jump start. Man, I am not thinking of the name of this thing. This is like comm adapters and adapter cables for Service Advisor. This is that little Torx, or this little Allen set that I've had. It's a cheap set. Every time I go to take it out of the truck, I use one. So I'm like, at some point it's going to make its way out of the truck. 2 bottle jacks. There's an air over hydraulic. That's a 20-ton. And then this is just an 8-ton. Cylinder of 134. This is a Tech 10 3/8 drive torque wrench. Down here, this is a Mech, or not a Mech, it's a Cornwell large metric tap and die. Goes from like 16 to 27 millimeter. Ingersoll Rand air hammer. This is one of those air operated vacuum for AC gauges. I needed it for a job, so I picked that up from Harbor Freight. This is the Mech 2-jaw puller set. Wait, no, this is the Mech tap and die set. This is the Mech 2-jaw puller set. This is the Mech harmonic balancer puller, or bolt grip kit, you could call that. Let's move this out of the way here. This is, what is this? Die grinder kit. This is the hydraulic test kit. This is the, oh, let's move this. Lots of cases. This is the transducer kit. Let's see, what is this? This is the snap-on. This is the air pressure, the air operated cooling system pressure tester. This would be the Matco Venturi filler. This is the Mech. Oh, actually, this is the Matco Venturi filler. The cases are identical. This is the Mech large truck adapter kit. I've shown videos on all this stuff. If you want to see anything in these cases, just leave a comment and I can show you what's in the case. Back there, that's what I call my fuel system kit. It's just got a bunch of stuff. Actually, I'll show this. I don't think I've shown this in a while. No, I can't get it out. Hold on. This is the... Hold on. Okay. Let's do this here. Yeah, it's all kind of stacked in here in order. So then this is a OTC DEF refractometer, because sometimes you got to check def quality. This is the Tech 10 half-inch drive split beam torque wrench. This is a Mech 3/4 drive torque wrench, which actually I broke it, and I just talked to the Mech guy and he said it was finished and I should see it next week. So this is just the ratchet and the bar part. It's not the torque wrench part. I've shown this before. This is the long bit set. This is just a blackjack. This is a tire plug kit. Sometimes we use these, sometimes we don't. A lot of times, big rig tires, you need to use these. This is the Mech screw extractor kit. I've done a video on that. So then this is the fuel system kit. I don't think I've ever shown this. Fuel system and nitrogen charge kit. So we had a generator that it got scrapped. So this is the fuel pump from it. So I kept that for moving fuel. It's got the Cat. It's the little clear acrylic you can test for fuel pressure. And then there's the John Deere kit in here, which is this hose and then some fittings for testing fuel pressure. Sometimes you got fuel pressure problems or you got low fuel pressure problem, you need that. So there's that. This is an O-ring face kit that I keep over here because a lot of times you just need an O-ring face O-ring. And then these are sealing washers for the Hitachi. If the machine has a wedge lock and it's got the Hitachi pumps, it uses these special sealing washers from the test port. So I got some of those because that's a common thing that fails. This is an O-ring boss kit. And then this is the Sun-X. This is actually the swivel kit, but it's just a, if I can open it, just brake line stuff. So like it's got a double flare tool, a brake line bending kit. Sometimes like we have a bunch of 550s just like this that are the crew trucks, and sometimes they'll hit a brake line or something. So I've actually used that quite a bit. You got to bend a brake line or fix a brake line. And then one right behind it, this kind of basically stayed the same too. So I got the grease gun, the broom. I keep gloves here. I usually keep paper towels here, but I'm out and I haven't got any more. The air chuck, wipes, and then basically just there's brake fluid, there's grease, there's white grease, there's WD-40. What is this? This is for testing like leaks on air conditioning, starting fluid. There's battery protectant, all kinds of that stuff down there. The reel is right there, and then it comes out right here. I keep pig mat. This is just, you know, for washing hands. This is a soap, rags, a piece of pipe that I found in the scrap bin, and a whole bag of rags will fit in there. The air reel, there's zip ties, gloves. That's garbage. Oh, that's garbage. That's dirty rags. That is a pipe for an 850. That one's from an 850. It's for the stick, or it's for the bucket cylinder. So we've been taking those off because the truck drivers like to break those. So we've been taking them off. And then this is that little box that I've shown before, and it just has like Loctite, NICs, and that kind of stuff in there. So then I'm not really going to show the back. So I got my umbrella here. The back's basically the same, so that's just like extra parts and oil and stuff. Welder, chain, ladder. That is like a laying pad. Mine got messed up, so I grabbed one of those out of the shop. I ordered one. It'll be here soon. My ice chest. And then, oh, I forgot. Okay, so this side, this is the 54-inch snap-on pry bar. There's a rock bar in there. This is a 10-pound dead blow. This is a 10-pound sludge, or it's a 12-pound sludge from Harbor Freight. I really don't like the fiberglass handles, but they don't make them in the wood handles. And that's just a tool that somebody made to grab like rollers and idlers out of excavators. So I just keep that in there. So after editing the video, I discovered that it's like way too long. So we're going to divide this into two parts. So this concludes the left side of the truck tour. And next week you'll see the right side of the truck tour. So like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the algorithm stuff. If you want to see what's in any of the cases, or you need a part number or anything, just leave me a comment, send me an email, and I'll give you a part number, or I could take a video of what's in whatever case. Thank you.